Hey, hey, Deb here. Welcome back to my channel, All Things Considered with Deb. And wow, I've been drinking out of a fire hose, trying to think of what to report to you guys because there's so many weird things going on in the world right now. It was really hard to pick, honestly. And I have to sadly report that I did a video a few days ago and I feel like I was being censored because I use an online web tool to make my videos. And when I was finished with one particular subject, I couldn't download the video that had that topic in it at all. All the other, I had done several clips, and the one that had this particular topic having to do with the leadership of France being covered right now with Candace Owens on her website and on YouTube, but mostly her website because most of it can't be on YouTube. I was not allowed or able, let's just say nobody told me I wasn't allowed, but I tried plenty of times to download my video from the website and it would not download. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here is my Loom website here. And this is like where I make my videos. And you can see I do segments here. And this one right here is the one. It says understanding European security concerns, which I was covering J.D. Vance talking at the security conference, or at the conference in Europe, in Munich, several days ago. And this is me covering it. And you can see here it talks about what I covered. And on the list here, it says discussion on Macron's family photo. But up here, it doesn't mention that. So I found that very weird. But this is me. Now you see me moving. You see me animated. So let me go back to the list of videos and show you what I'm talking about. So here we have Dallas veteran pilot was killed. Okay. I did that same evening. Let me just download that video. See it pop up there right away? Downloading video right here. Now watch. I'm going to cross that out because I already downloaded that. Now, understanding European security concerns, or I in detail, but I didn't think I crossed any lines, covered what's going on over there, or I should say with Candace Owens, and interviewing a certain journalist from France who's done a lot of studying on what's been going on over there. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to say any more.
Emmanuel, I am your father.
If I go here and I try to download, you can wait till the cows come home. You're never going to see a download pop up there for this video. I've done it over and over. I restarted my computer over and over, the web page. Nope, not going to happen. So I just found that very interesting. So let's go to this is actually what she's covering. And it'll be interesting to see if I can download this video after even just showing you this photo. I'm not going to push play, but you can see what website this is from right here. And it is mind-blowing. I highly recommend you go out there and you watch these videos because There's a lot to be learned out there. And there's a reason why I can't access the video I created on talking about the details on this. And I played some of the video, and so this time hopefully I can even download it with that photo showing. Anyway, on to the next topic. I wanted to show you this. It says this was February 1st, 2025. I can't verify that, but look at this. Look at this UFO coming out of the water here. Look at it. See that? Whoop. Look at that. It plays over and over. Watch. There it goes. Look at that. I'm pointing to it. Here it comes again. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's going on here? This is happening in Miami. It says February 1st. I don't know if that's true, but wow. Somebody commented, yeah, that's a plane, bro. No, the thing behind it. And then somebody said, a bird. Really? You really think that's a bird? Yes, our government loves people like you, for sure. Anyway, I just thought this UFO video was very interesting and wanted to show it to you. This reminds me of what happened during the Queen's Jubilee. Everybody remember that? Let me find that video. Let me find it. So the planes are flying through the sky celebrating the Jubilee, and look what? Wow. Look, look. There it is zoomed in. Wow. A big red circle around it now for you guys. There you go. Or they actually, wow. It went into a big round circle. It looks just like the orbs we've been seeing, right? Yeah. So that's what that reminded me of. And I recently saw a video with a man who was being interviewed who retired, and he lives in Marina Del Rey, and all he does all day is take videos outside his house. And he noticed that every flight that goes by, doesn't matter if it's commercial, private, firefighters, police, American Airlines jet, doesn't matter what it is. It has those things accompanying it. And he said you can't really see it with your naked eye, but in the videos that he's taken, he's been able to slow them down. You have to do at least 60 frames per second to catch them, and you can't see it until you pause it. So I don't know if you've heard about this, but in 2020, they made it a law in the United Kingdom that you're automatically an organ donor unless you manually go and opt out. So instead of you have to sign up to be an organ donor, which is the way it should be, if you want to be, you'll sign up, right? Isn't that how it should work? No, in the UK, they made it so everyone is an organ donor, and unless you go sign and opt out, when you die, your organs are going to be donated. And I think that's a terrible policy to have. Let's take a look at it. I was really kind of surprised. Now that the law has changed, it will be considered that you agree to become an organ donor when you die if you are over 18, have not opted out, and you're not in an excluded group, which we know what that would probably be, like sick people. You still have a choice. Oh, thank you. But if I didn't think of this and no one told me, And I didn't know you changed the law. If I didn't opt out and I die and my family come and say, no, I don't think she would have wanted to, would they say, sorry, we didn't hear from her and now she's gone. And because we didn't hear from her, we're going to assume that she did want to, because if she did want to, she would have opted out before she died. I just, I, I don't get that. Can't agree with that. Can't be on board with that ever. If you want to donate, you'll sign up to donate. What is wrong with the world today? In case you didn't see it or hear about it, J.D. Vance went to a conference in Germany, and it was being hosted by, ironically, Emmanuel Macron. And basically, it was an AI, it was about AI technology, and he was talking about how they need to make sure that it doesn't stifle free speech, and that in Europe, especially, they've been on board about stifling free speech. And you see how they're trying to be on board about the war. The Europeans are trying to keep this war in full force, and President Trump wants it to end. Thank God President Trump wants it to end. Otherwise, what are we just going to keep slaughtering men for no good reason? Why? I mean, I know that in Europe, especially, they've been, pounded by Schwab and others on their 2030 population control, smart city, all the stuff that they want to try to implement on our lives while they fly around in their jets and stuff. I mean, what we need a conference on is how are they going to adapt to the new lifestyle? Because I think you know, we've been forced to go into off-grid properties to feel secure and safe in this world. We're forced to go live a lifestyle like they used to live back in like the 1800s, if they even lived life back like that. But I don't know if you've seen the whole Tartaria, if you've been down the Tartaria rabbit hole, but if you haven't, it's very interesting. And I would hope to cover that on this channel soon, because some of the stuff that you find there just does definitely, there were multiple advanced civilizations living on this planet, without a doubt. Not one, not two, not the Egyptians, just many, many that were erased from the planet. So very interesting, what's going on right now with the United States having to like talk Europe down. We can be friends with Russia. I happen to love Russia. I think it's a wonderful country. I watch a lot of vloggers that are in Russia, and they go around and talk to the Russian people, and they're free, they're allowed to speak. When I was raised, and I guess it was just a feeling I got from the country, from the government, and just people in general, that Russia was like this third world country that was real poor. And I know they had some challenges in the 80s, but boy, if they come back, what a wonderful country. And they're Christians, and they're against a lot of bad stuff that the United States is for. And like, they don't let people prey on their people. The government doesn't let their people get stomped on by corporations. And we're getting that here in the United States, which is why everyone has their jaws open, shocked at what they're finding out. And there's no telling what RFK is going to find out about all that other stuff that we're not allowed to talk about. Okay, no talking about that. You know what I'm talking about. The C and the V words. I'm not even gonna pretend to say them. Just, you know what I mean. And when all that gets investigated and those files get opened up, it's going to be very interesting what is found out. And then Cash Patel opening up, let's have those files. 9/11, JFK, RFK. I mean, will anybody pay attention? I know years ago that Gateway document was released. I don't know if you've heard of it. Maybe not, because you've been working. That's why I started this channel. Just there's not enough knowledge going around about things like this. But the Gateway document basically is a military document from 1983, I believe it was, that talks about all of our psychic powers. It's all real. Magic is real. I'm here to report to you that magic is indeed real. Our own US government has documented our ability of the average person to astral travel, which means closing your eyes and going somewhere else and accurately being able to detail what is going on there and what is happening. And they validate it by having someone at the other side saying, yeah, that's what's here. They tested all this out, tried and true. We are magical beings. We don't even know all the things that we're capable of. That's why we can't let ourselves get caught up in the day to day and too much into anything, politics or news or anything. We really need to try to stay grounded in our own hearts and minds. And here's all the news and all this craziness going on, and even all the pounding down of where the dollars have been spent. And then here's you over here. Because if you stay in the too much into the middle of it, it could make you a little crazy. You have to take breaks. So I take sanctuary cities have been in the news. I mean, for years now. And I'm really curious, how did they get started? When was the first sanctuary city? Um, how and when did they start? And who for? I really don't think it was for foreigners. Am I allowed to even say that word now? These days. So what we're basically going to do is we're going to do some research here. Let me just pull up and let's just look here. When was the first sanctuary city? Okay. Berkeley, California. No surprise there. In 1971. It was to protect U.S. Navy sailors who were resisting the Vietnam War. Okay, so making your city a sanctuary city became a popular thing in California in 1971 to protect U.S. Navy sailors. So it was to protect American people, okay? Didn't want to go away from the war. For the war, basically protecting deserters, which is not cool. I don't believe in war, but I also don't believe in running away from anything. So it says here that the term became associated with immigration in the 80s. Wow. So from 71 to the 80s is when this started. It was a network of religious organizations that provided food, legal aid, and other assistance to Central American refugees. So this has been going on for a while now. LA had it. in 1979, San Francisco, 1989, and Seaside in 2017. Hmm. When was the first sanctuary city outside California? Chicago. No comment. New York, San Francisco, LA. The sanctuary movement began in Tucson, Arizona, with a Presbyterian church and a Quaker meeting. The term sanctuary refers to a safe place and doesn't always refer to immigration. Hmm. There's a never-ending plethora of stuff to report on. I'm going to be doing more of deep dives on certain topics versus covering a bunch of smaller topics like this video and like I've been doing. I'm going to do more of a deep dive on a certain subject matter. So I'm looking forward to getting into some of those videos. So please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for joining me.